his ex, he went and married her.
I know that.
Yeah, not long after that.
But I'm not him.
But this shit makes me feel the same.
So then what are we doing?
Zach, I'm about to slap the shit out of you.
I'm your man. I can't just take you out on a date. What I gotta make up for?
Okay, well, if you don't know, then we have
Okay.
I know we're engaged, and I think we need to talk about that.
All right, Sistas fans. Now, this video I know is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I was reading some of the comments on my video. What was it? I think it was either the trailer breakdown. Yeah, I think it was the trailer breakdown for next week. Discretion is key. And I saw some comments that piqued my interest. Even on Twitter, you know, there are a handful of people that did, you know, see my point of view on this. You know, the tweet I did about, you know, hey, I couldn't really blame Fatima if she wanted to break off the engagement due to the fact that there's so much shit being, you know, just coming in from Zach's side. But on the flip side of that, it's like, well, she kind of knew what she was getting into prior to getting engaged to Zach, so why say yes in the first place? Going to be honest here, I don't think it would be a bad thing for Zach and Fatima to actually break up. And I've said this before. I mean, how many television shows have we seen or movie series where like the titular or the fan favorite couple goes through a very rough patch when they break up? Hell, even Martin and Gina broke up for like what, a 3-parter in the Martin series, right? And I think Billy D. Williams was the one that convinced Martin, you know, what he needed to do to get her back. And Zach and Fatima on Sistas, the chemistry has been off. I know that some fans have been saying that, because I even tweeted that out. I said someone told me that they felt, this was yesterday actually when somebody messaged me about this. They said my tweet was like, somebody told me they felt Zatima's chemistry was off for some reason. And I personally think it's because that the Zach and Fatima on Sisters aren't the same ones from Zatima. As ridiculous as it is, yes, different continuity. So like the Zach and Fatima on Sisters aren't the exact same, you know, people on Zatima. And I move on to say, you know, hey, ever since season 5 started, you know, there's been weird tension between them. No, I don't think it's the acting. That's not it at all. I'm talking about the characters and where they're at the relationship. Most of the weird energy and vibes are coming from Fatima, if you ask me. And I say, yeah, I know that's going to start some shit with the Fatima fans, but you know, I ain't lying. Some people say that, you know, I think it has to do with season 5 with the writing, because they claim it's 2 different universes, yet apparently there's continuity when they acknowledge events from Zatima on the show, like the whole engagement or the hot tub fight, things like that. Another person says it's the DNA test. She's not wearing the ring anymore. I would actually like it if that was brought up, but it just goes back to the whole, when we get to Zatima season 2, will that be something that gets brought up? Like, let's say because the DNA test showed that he's the dad, Fatima's like, I don't think I can wear this ring, which lines up with the continuity of what Deja said. Are y'all still engaged? Because I don't know. Sometimes she's wearing the ring, sometimes she's not. That would actually be great if that's explained. Somebody else says, I agree. It's like they're married on Zatima, but almost broken up on Sisters. Like I've done so many times, went to the beginning, rewatched the intimacy and flirtiness that was in season 3 and 4 isn't the same in season 5. They barely touch. They have tension and it seems stagnant. They can't shake it. Granted, they've been through a lot. If you say it's Fatima, well, look at all she's had to live with. She may act strong and hard, but she has feelings too. Nobody's saying, Fatima, how are you doing? It's always she added drama to the mix. But overall, they live with each other. Will guard them through. Wait, what? They live for each other, and now, okay. Okay, it's the drama. Fatima's inability to give Zach a chance strains them. Agreed. Zach's crap keeps popping up in their face, so I understand. Honestly, he's all messed up. Zatima, hang on. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, somebody said, Jesus, take the wheel. Agreed. I feel their relationship is no longer in the honeymoon phase. as a product of the nonstop drama that these two have to deal with, it's rare that there's ever a quiet moment for them to just talk. Yeah, I said that in one of my videos. Not go over drama subject number 4 or something. It's been, oh yeah, this was my tweet. Duh. Yeah, I said, excuse me. I said, yeah, there's really a rare moment for them to talk. I mean, when was the last time it's been like, hey baby, how was your day? You want to stay in without any interruption? Because like I said, in episode 1 or 2, whenever Pam and Karen called and, Karen cursed out Fatima, it's like from that moment, shit just hit the fan. Like there was no coming back from that. Fatima, mad at Zach, even though he told her not to answer the phone to begin with. And this shit still makes me feel the same about you and Karen. It makes me feel like my ex. And yeah, Zach isn't doing a damn thing, which some people argue is the problem. Like, he's not putting Karen in line. And then my argument is, what the hell do you want him to do? Obviously, I know this is going to get some flack. If Zach hit Karen the same way Jonah hit Danny, more people will be cheering for that than, dogging out Zach. But it's just like when David slapped Veronica on the haves and the have-nots. We were having a field day with that moment. Excuse, I'm telling the truth. But what exactly is Zach supposed to do? Restraining orders and all don't mean a damn thing in Tyler Perry shows. That's been shown on multiple occasions in various projects. What exactly is Zach supposed to do? He told Fatima not to answer the damn phone. What did she do? She answered it because Fatima knows best. And then look what happened. Now, do I think these two should break up? Honestly, I think it's for slow it down at the very least. Like Fatima said, she was going to keep her apartment, rent it out to make some money. I know some people felt like, no, Fatima, go all in with Zach, move in. I was like, no, that's not the smartest thing, in terms of, basically giving up her complete independence to move in with somebody. I don't think that's the right move because they've been moving way too fast since the beginning. But then again, a lot of people don't have a problem with that because of the way Tyler Perry paces out a lot of his shows and movies. Like, can you imagine like these two going on like their 5th date and we're in season 5 already as opposed to where we are now? It's like Tyler knew he had a gold mine with Zach and Fatima and he went all in. But at the same time, when these people move so fast, there's barely any time to slow down and evaluate what's going on. Like Zach is the one who wanted to lock it down. He found a good thing in Fatima and just locked it down. Clink, clink, like Medea would say in that one play, I Can Do Battle By Myself. But Fatima is, understandably cautious, not just because of her previous heartbreak, but because it's like, yeah, damn, we are moving fast. But then again, when they first met and she allowed him to stay at her apartment, she was the one who was really coming on to him because he was very, reserved because everything that Fatima was doing for him, so being so nice and sweet and, understanding and giving, according to Zach, this is pretty much how his ex was. Not even because remember, he could never say Karen's name because anytime he tried to bring up his ex, Fatima would shut him down. Everything Fatima was doing was just like his ex. And as a result, he was cautious on, getting comfortable with Fatima, getting close to Fatima. But, that shower sex, though, after that was a wrap. So when it boils down, when you look at the scenario as a whole, I think that Zach and Fatima just need this breather. There needs to be resolution. Now, yes, there's a lot more on Zach's side of the the bed that needs to be handled. All this baby mama drama, figuring things out with child support for Heather, this, that, and the third. But on Fatima's side, she really needs to let the Ian thing go. She really needs to, hey, it's like, forgive and forget, but at the same time, she needs to be able to say, you know what, Zach isn't Ian. He is here. He's not leaving me like Ian did. But I think that time apart is what's going to, help out. it really is going to help out. And as a result, they can see, they're a lot better together than they are apart. And even better than that is they need to work together more instead of, Fatima just, taking the wheel because Zach isn't driving the car straight, like with the Tony situation or the Karen dinner party. These two need to be united. Like I said before, Fatima showing up, great because she shut that shit down. But at the same time, she didn't tell Zach she was coming. And I think that if they were more, united, that would have made the entire scenario a lot different, and things might have played out a bit better than it did. So a breakup, I feel, is necessary, but it doesn't have to be permanent. I do feel like these two are a good match, but as of late, not really, because there's just way too much tension, unresolved conflict from both sides. It just seems like every time Zach and Fatima seem to be on the right track, that they seem to be back on good terms, that the problems of yesterday stay, they're buried. But someone always has to bring it up. Because, like, for example, Zach said, I was thinking about Karen's letter and whatnot, and I just want to make sure you're comfortable. And I said that entire scene just felt a bit off to me. Like, the writing, the acting felt stiff. That's not at fault of Crystal and DeVal, but I mean, like, the way the scene was directed didn't really flow right to me. But maybe that's because of the whole thing of Fatima not really allowing Zach to get a chance to speak. So as a result, it kind of came across as too forced, if you ask me. At least in Zatima, and like in the back half when there was a lot of tension and whatnot, at least that felt more believable. In Sistas, it just seems like padding for the sake of runtime. Oh yeah, Zach and Fatima, well, they're fan favorites. Let me just throw in some drama to give them more screen time. Like I said before, more screen time for Zach and Fatima on Sistas just means more drama. And if you look at the other characters, Sabrina's locked up. Danny had her big hurrah moment that, kind of fizzled out like flat soda. Andy and Gary, the same old, same old. Karen and... Because look, what's been the bulk of this season? What's been the bulk of this entire season? Revolving around Karen's shit. And as a result, Zach and Fatima get drawn into it. Every damn episode synopsis has said Karen and her feelings for Zach for one way or another. That's been the entire theme of this damn season. Zach and Fatima, hell, you know what? Fine, keep it separate continuity. Zach and Fatima can break up on Sistas for all I care, but so long as they stay together in Zatima, I'm here for that. But yeah, like people say, Jeremy, they're not going to break up. She's not going to call off the engagement. She's wearing the ring in next season of Sistas. Like I said before, we still have a back half of season 5, and if she's wearing the ring in season 6, that doesn't mean she's wearing it in episode 1. Sure, they can make up towards the end of season 5, or they could just be broken up for the back half of season 5 and a few episodes of season 6. But the thing that has me, really just pissed off is, the episode synopsis of episode 12, the first episode of 2023. Zach and Fatima travel into uncomfortable territory with Karen, putting their relationship to the test. How many times do they have to be tested? I mean, sure, if you want to test them, at least change up the subject, because the Karen shit has been, I'm not even going to say has gotten old. It's been old. Give us something different. Give us something more intriguing. Give us something that will lead to more growth. Because when you keep it stuck on Karen, you keep these characters stuck on stupid, stagnant, and just stiff. Just my opinion. So I know it's an unpopular one, but I think these two they need some time apart. They really do. Because have you ever noticed when it comes to Fatima, more often than not, whenever she blows up at Zach because she's pissed off, and this happened on Zatima too, her and Zach she'll go off on Zach, but when she is talking with Andy, when she's talking with Angela, when she's had time to cool off, she realizes her level-headedness. But more often than not, as of recently, specifically like season 5, we never see Fatima apologize to Zach. It's always Zach, the one who comes crawling to her and apologizes for the sake of peace. It's never, baby, I was wrong too. It's always Zach is the one who's wrong. And on top of that, like in last week's episode, when it's like, what do you want to take me on a date for? It's like, you want to make up for something. What do you mean make up for something? Can't I just take you on a date? Make up for what? Well, if you don't know, then we got a problem. That shit right there. These two need some space. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if it will come down to like Fatima moving out, maybe not going back to her old apartment because everything's still in storage, but perhaps, staying a few days at Angela's place or maybe the penthouse. I'm just saying, you never know. But I just think that these two need some space in order to figure things out, because that's the thing, Zach, proposing and whatnot. I still feel like that was bad timing, not just because of the Ian thing, but it just seemed incredibly forced, like he was doing it for the sake of showing Fatima he was committed. But I don't feel like that was the right reason to do so. Jeremy, isn't the point of proposing to somebody to show that you're committed to them and only them? That's a very logical point, but it just felt like the way Tyler wrote it in Zatima, it just didn't seem like the right time. I mean, I just feel like, with Fatima, it should have been like, look, fine, I'll move in with you, but only on the condition I can keep my apartment still. Even if I put my stuff in storage, I'll at least rent out my apartment for, to make some money on the side, but also to not fully give up my independence. And then also in terms of engagement, I don't feel comfortable accepting that ring. I don't think we're at that step until we start out like the baby mama drama and whatnot. Like I said, I'll ride with you. I'm by your side, but let's not push things too far yet. It's always Fatima is not sure. Zach is all in her face. Hey, stop doing that. You can't look at me when you're afraid or you're not being honest with me. Like, look me in the eyes and tell me how you feel. Zach, stop with the puppy dog eye thing. Let Fatima talk. Let her express why she's feeling the way she feels. And to be fair, sometimes she doesn't. She just gets angry, walks away, or doesn't want to talk about the subject currently being discussed. But I do feel like instead of making decisions based on feelings, some logic needs to be put in there. Like, Zach is like, you got the money, you can provide, but at the same time, that really isn't enough. Think about it this way. How's Fatima going to feel if she's like a Mariah Carey with all these damn kids that aren't hers? Because I think recently in the news, it's been reported on like Baller Alert or something that Mariah Carey was reported to have said or requested Nick Cannon carve out some time for the kids that he has with her, because I don't know what's going on behind the scenes there, but it was trending. But I will say this much. I don't think a breakup, or at least a break between these two, would be the worst thing in the world. I'm not saying they need to date other people, get caught in any entanglements. I'm just saying that Zatima needs a break, not just from all the drama that Tyler Perry keeps throwing their way, but they kind of need a break from each other. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe. Would you still watch the show if they were to break up? And what do you think the next step would be? Like and subscribe, please. It does help out the channel more than you know.